Hello, friends. Good evening, and welcome to one more episode of Book Trovert. I hope all of you have had a very fun and safe Durga Puja. Now, before I introduce one of my friends to you all today, I would like to ask you guys one small question. If I ask you, what really do you mean by a teacher? How would you define the word teacher? What exactly does a teacher mean to you? Is a teacher just a person who teaches, whichever subject that may be? Your school teacher, your college teacher, the teacher of your university courses, who comes to the class, gives you assignments, classworks, homeworks, corrects them, takes exams, evaluates them. Does that end the periphery of the definition of what a teacher is? I think not. Sometimes, because we are booktroverts and bibliophiles here, sometimes we come across such books or maybe many such friends in books who actually turn out to be teachers for all of us. Because I believe books do have a power to teach us many, many important lessons about life. And today I'll be talking about not one of my bookish friends, but definitely a teacher who has taught me a lot of wonderful things. Today we'll be talking about this wonderful book called Tuesdays with MORRIE. This is not a fictional book as it is called. This is not a story out of somebody's imagination, but this is basically a memoir. And the author, Mitch Albom, it is actually based on an interaction between him and his professor MORRIE. Now, basically the story goes like that Mitch was MORRIE's student in college, and as it happens with all of us, once you are out of school or you're out of college, what happens is we move on in life. Life happens with us. Life happens to all of us. And in this incessant flow of life, sometimes we do forget those very, very important people who has who have been an indelible part of the journey that has been so far. So it was quite similar with Mitch. And when he gets to know that his favorite college professor, MORRIE, has been diagnosed with a terminal disease and he doesn't really have many more days to live, so he decides to visit MORRIE in Massachusetts, and then he visits. These visits, they happen on only on Tuesdays, one particular day of the week, that is only on Tuesdays. And then what happens is, over a course of 14 Tuesdays, they meet and they talk about different aspects of life. And all these different conversations with MORRIE, and those that Mitch has had, he has narrated them in this very, very beautiful and poignant book. This book, to me, is not just a book, because like I said, this book has taught me many, many important lessons in life. MORRIE has taught me a lot important lessons in life. I wish I actually had the chance to meet MORRIE and had conversations like Mitch has had them with him. If you read the book, I think all of you should, you would actually understand that a teacher is not just a person with whom our relationship ends within the boundaries of the school and the college. Because sometimes in all our lives, we do come across such teachers who are much, much more than that. And on this note, I would like to read a few lines to you, towards the end, what Mitch says. These lines, these very lines, they have always resonated with me. I'll tell you why. Mitch says, "Have you ever really had a teacher? One who saw you as a raw but precious thing, a jewel that with wisdom could be polished to a proud shine. If you are lucky enough to find your way to such teachers, you will always find your way back. Sometimes it is only in your head, sometimes it is right alongside their beds. The last class of my old professor's life took place once a week in his home by a window in his study where he could watch a small hibiscus plant shed its pink flowers. The class met on Tuesdays. No books were required. The subject was the meaning of life. It was taught from experience. The teaching goes on. And that is how this lovely, brilliant book ends. That is how Mitch ends this book. But like he says, the teaching goes on. I mean, life, even though it ends at some point of time, this physical existence ends at some point of time. But the teachings that our teachers impart to us, they always stay with us no matter what, isn't it? So, I would like to, tell you guys that all of us, again, at some point or the other, we have come across such teachers, such persons who, through their experience, through being the very person that they are, they have changed the meaning of life for all of us. So, if you have come across such a person, please hold on to them. Like we said, life happens and we move on. And sometimes when we realize, looking back gets way too late. And it was too late. But then Mitch did find his way to MORRIE. And I wish all of us, we find our way to all those persons, to all those teachers who see our shine and who help us in becoming the diamonds that we are. The Amazon link to this book will be there, will be shared with this video. Do take a look. If possible, do get hold of the book and please read it. This is not a very fat book. This will not take much of your time, and I'm sure once you are with Mitch and MORRIE and once you're talking with them about life, you could just very well finish it in a couple of hours. Do let me know if Mitch and MORRIE together did enrich your life as well as they very well did mine. So, on that note, we'll end it here and we'll take it up the next time. Thank you.